Our talk shows and music shows are looking for sponsors. Want to expand your brand awareness? Reach the hyper-local audience in Montgomery County? Lone Star Community Radio sponsorships accomplish this. Want to see our stats and rates? Check out irlonestar.com/sponsor for more information. Or call in and leave us a message at 936-647-3776 with your question. Get seen on TV or YouTube and heard on our podcast, FM, and internet radio. Sponsor your local radio station with Lone Star Community Radio.
Listen in Mondays at noon to hear Conroe news from local nonprofits, businesses, upcoming events, Conroe Park events, news stories, and information that matters to you with your host, Margie Taylor of Taylorized PR. For more information about being a guest, visit irlonestar.com/Conroe Culture.
Let's get back to more Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth on Lone Star Community Radio.
What up? Welcome back. It's Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth. I am your girl, Merideth.
I'm your girl, Jennifer.
Wow, watch it. This guy right here, man. Welcome, Chris.
Good morning.
Yes, our special guest who is going to be buying some new radio equipment if he's not careful.
Oh, like a bull in a china shop over here. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, Hefe. He doesn't mean it. Listen, step away or don't touch it. All right, yes, listeners, you may recognize the voice, you may not.
Hello.
All right, we don't have a script in front of him. He usually
Yeah.
has his little act together, but he's with us this
You
morning.
just
Oh my
say-
gosh, wait a second. What?
He's like, I said one
My
word.
act is together. My act is together. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Conroe. My name is Chris. I am Meredith's twin and Jennifer's friend. Here to help support.
More importantly,
I love that kind of rhymed. I am Meredith's twin and Jennifer's friend.
right.
I
More
try.
importantly, he is the main voice of Grit and Grace.
Yes, that is more
Or he's-
important.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
He's supposed to be
Yeah, that's
the main
true.
voice for Grit and Grace.
I see.
He's slacking.
That's what, well, you know, better late than never, ladies.
Let's just keep it real.
So
Don't worry,
here-
guess. Usually she doesn't roll out on people like that. It just happens to be Chris. That's why.
Oh, yes.
I've
No,
been
I
busy.
reserve this for Chris.
I've
I
been
reserve all
busy.
this
I've
for
been
Chris.
busy. I'm having a baby. I've got. I'm on lockdown for the last 6 months.
Rodeo, he's so funny.
Excuses.
I know, right? You're like,
excuses.
adulting.
Yes, absolutely.
Even though you are right down the street.
Right down the street. By the way, I don't know about you guys in Conroe, but the rest of Houston thinks it's kind of far. It's about 40 minutes. Do you know how many gas stations I have to pass in order to get here? It's like 11 to 15 gas stations.
What's so funny is actually I meant during the work week because we work in the same area, but then I realized we actually can't get in the studio because until like after 7.
Right.
Because, you know, Rick's on in the afternoons.
Right.
So that's where after work, I'm like, hey, can you wait till 7 and we'll do some liners? And we're like, yeah, I'm not going to do it. Like, you know, you can't. Who's going to chill for like 2 hours?
Right.
Can you just chill for 2 hours and then meet me here? He's like, no, I won't. Thanks.
But, by the way, you know, on a side note, if any of y'all get a chance to work at or near Meredith, it's really fun to be able to visit with her on a daily basis.
It is hilarious. Are you being facetious?
I am not being
Oh,
facetious.
okay, I did not know. No, we do have a hilarious time, and it's so funny too because yes, almost every day we're like hitting each other up, and we have the twin telepathy. So sometimes even when we don't, we'll see each other in the, one time you did scare me in the parking lot because I'm not used to your truck yet, and Chris is like, what are you doing afterward? I was like, what? Oh, Chris. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, who's talking to me up in this garage? And then I realized, I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot. Chris got a truck, so I'm used to his Blazer.
Let me tell you something, guys.
Do you miss it?
The Blazer was amazing. You know what? That Blazer dictated whether or not I got around. I mean, it would be like, oh, you want to go out tonight?
You let a car
Sorry.
dictate your life.
Yeah. This vehicle would be like, oh, you want to go out tonight? Sorry, the lights aren't working.
It's like you had a passive-aggressive Christine.
Right.
She's like, you remember that movie, the Christine
Yes.
that
Yes.
attacking?
I have talked about it before. I'm like, the first time that I really met Chris and had some, I'm like, we're standing outside, and he's like, yeah, so I'm riding with y'all tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, my headlights don't want to work tonight.
Yeah. I need a lift.
He is talking like he's like, just like, well, I left my keys at the house. Yeah,
Yes,
the lights
exactly.
aren't working
It's just
tonight.
very matter of fact. Hey, I left the wallet in there on the table. I'm going to go in there and get it. The
What-
lights won't come on.
One of my favorite stories about that Blazer is I was having some mechanical issues. Go figure. And so it was smoking really bad, like so bad. And I had the windows down and I was trying to get it pulled over. And I'm at a stoplight and this truck pulls up next to me. And I mean, it's smoking and I have all this anxiety and I'm scared that it's going to blow up right
I'm
there,
scared.
right? And this guy nonchalantly leans out the window and says, "Hey, your car's smoking."
Oh, thank you, Sherlock.
That's exactly what I was fixing to say. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh,
Yeah.
my good night.
I just said thank you.
If you could see his face right now, obviously it was hilarious because I could just see it like,
That's what I
appreciate
miss her. I miss her.
Oh, man.
I miss the payments. Whoa.
no, you're
yes.
actually, yeah.
Or the lack
You're
of.
getting the payments right now.
Right. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but that Blazer was kind to me.
It was
Sometimes.
Sometimes
I was
until
about
the
to say
last
the-
6 months, and then it got extremely.
I know Chris's temperature range or patience level for mechanical errors is only so much.
Yeah.
It like grew increasingly every week. He's like something else, and then finally it was like 6-7 weeks when he was like, "That's it, I'm looking."
I mean, it was like I spent $3,000 on a $300 car.
But that's how Chris
I
loves.
finally had to put a fork in it. Like I just can't.
I know Chris finally that's how much he loves. He's like, I'm gonna try to let you keep going because he loves character. That tells you he doesn't need the brightest and best out there. Sometimes he'll take it if it's got good character, and
That's
the
right.
Blazer had character.
It did.
Somebody went to
A
Vanderbilt.
character that went 5 miles per hour under the speed limit at all times, afraid of the wheels falling.
He had some good street cred.
Yes, the street cred of using my turn signal religiously. Yeah.
You're like, I got really comfortable with my hand signals.
So, but the great thing
And
about
holding the flashlight out the window
Right.
so we can get
yes,
home.
yes.
Oh, that's all we could have totally rigged up some lights. Why didn't we think of
You
that?
know what? You know,
Redneck style.
I'm just glad that's in the past.
Yeah, I was about. Chris is like, thank goodness.
Good times.
Good times.
I always have good ideas for Chris.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of good things,
Okay.
I noticed with the baseball season, I'm seeing your hat right now.
Oh my gosh, it is just fantastic here in Houston and surrounding all the support. What do y'all think?
Yes.
Totally love it. What I love too is that Chris is, if there's Astros action going on, he is trying to get there, right?
Yes.
So he had the pleasure. How many of the World Series games?
I went to games 3, 4, and 5. And ladies, you know what? I'm not an emotional person,
Sure.
but game 5 was so emotional to watch us win. I think that was probably the best win in the history of Houston sports.
Right.
To be able to witness that and to be there for that. And my friend works for the Astros, and so he was able to get us tickets to go. And I was with my friend Eden, and it was just amazing. And he actually, the ring ceremony for the championship was Thursday.
Yes.
That's
and,
right.
And my friend got a world championship ring.
Wow.
Okay.
And so I was so privileged that night. He met me out to be able to have a beer over at Kirby Ice House.
Uh-huh.
And he wore the ring. It was bigger than his chicken sandwich. It was
Wow.
so big.
Oh, my gosh.
And man, it's amazing to see one up close and to know that's part of Houston. Nobody can take that away.
Right.
Oh, no.
And I saw that they gave one to Mattress Mac.
Oh, did they?
Yes, they did.
Oh, good. Well, and I did not get to see that one, but yes, Chris, when he showed me his picture, and I just was blown away because I'd heard about it. But of course, I was on the cruise when the actual game, so trying to catch the live moments afterwards on YouTube, totally did it. Then this week, finding out about, of course, the ring being given out, and with opening season, like opening day, and trying to look at the schedule because my man loves the baseball season.
Oh yeah.
So, looking at all that, I heard about this, and then I go to work. Of course, Chris and I work next door to each other by day, so when he was showing me pictures, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I heard rumors that they gave one to everybody on the team. But this, and one of Chris's friends happens to be involved in the marketing team, which, don't get me wrong, they are seriously crucial to the team, right?
Yes.
But they aren't the players, okay? So that's why I was
Right.
like, what?
Yeah.
And come to find out, A to Z, if you were an usher, I mean, they were so generous with everyone. They ended up doing over 1,100 rings that they got ordered in special design, which there's symbolism around every nook and cranny on that baby.
Right.
And Jim Crane, the owner of the Astros, such a class act for not only providing those rings to everybody involved with the organization and some of the key figures here in Houston, he paid the taxes on those rings.
Wow.
That's
So
amazing.
that's
Beyond amazing.
right.
Can you believe that?
Absolutely.
Whew. Thank you, Mr. Crane. Even though I didn't get one, man.
And
that
I tell
is-
you what, he's
it's
done right by this
remarkable.
city.
Right.
Jim Crane has done right by this
He
city.
is remarkable, and I love that, and that's just generous because I think that's good. It's hard to pay taxes on a gift that large. I think they're estimating potentially over $11,000 per ring, and I know that's what they were selling them for, a little bit over 11 grand at the store when they had at the Astros Minute Maid Park store. They had a limited amount to sell, so I can only imagine and just how beautiful it is. Wow.
Absolutely. And the way I heard about the ring design, so the company that actually designs the rings are the ones that do the class rings as well.
Okay.
And they design.
Balfour.
Yes, I think so. And so they, I think it's called Jocelyn's or something like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think it. Yeah.
Well, the point is they designed the 5th Super Bowl ring for the New England Patriots, and the New England Patriots basically told them that we want the largest ring ever made for this championship ring. And that's what they did. And so they brought that ring as a benchmark to Jim Crane's office when talking about the design of the ring. They said, this is the biggest ring ever made. This is where we start. And Jim Crane was like, I want my personnel to be able to wear it.
Right.
And it was just apparently so the 5th the 5th championship ring for the Patriots is just gigantic, and this one is like a shade under that.
Right.
Oh my gosh. So they're huge.
And I love that, he's wanting him to wear it, but of course I really hope everyone who does wear it has it insured. Hello. That's what I was telling Chris. I'm such a dork. That's awesome. Does he have it insured?
Yeah.
Right.
Chris is like,
So
I don't know.
adult.
We were at
That is like
Whataburger,
the
Meredith.
most boring thing to be able to say to somebody. It's like, Mom, take a break for a second.
I know, but it was just so cool. Plus, just seeing, yes, he was wearing it. And it was just so fun watching and seeing a picture of him eating a cheeseburger. And there's just this huge.
Huge. The ring was bigger than the burger. It was huge.
Right.
Oh, it's so cool. So what an awesome thing. But yeah, that's what I'm so glad you were able to share about it because I know with the season coming up, what are you looking for?
Well, my friend has, allowed me to be able to go to some awesome games. I got to go to opening day, and let me tell you how awesome that place was rocking, and the unveiling of the pennants and things like that.
Yes.
Was really, really cool. And seeing Jim Crane carrying that. I mean, how long has it been here in Houston since we've seen something of that level, sports-wise?
All right.
After overcoming all the challenges from Harvey, and to see
Yes.
this city come together and to see a team, drafted here, brought here, not paid for to come here,
Right.
but drafted here, chosen to be here, that came through like that, it speaks volumes.
Yes.
No, it does. I love it. And I'm so excited to go this season. So who would you recommend? Because we're going to have Dreamland. You're going to have to sit in on our Dreamland. But before we take a break, what games are you, like, team-wise? Because I need some tips. Brandon wants to see, I think, Yankees, but he said it'll be really expensive. Like, what are the...
If Brandon wants to see the Yankees, I'd love to go with him to go see them, and I'll take care of the tickets, because when I talk to my buddy Josiah, who, by the way, is the man, my friend is the man. I mean, he is so cool. I mean, and with
He is
wearing
very
that
cool.
ring, he's like Leonardo DiCaprio cool.
He is.
He is.
He is very handsome. Very handsome.
Okay, calm down.
Yes.
Calm down.
Young.
All right, so
he's
the point.
young and he's definitely manscaped.
Okay.
Everywhere.
All right,
so.
okay. All right. No, okay. So,
We'll find
but
out his stats
but
soon,
when I
ladies,
talk
but
to
he
him,
could be a
the most
contender.
the most important thing about Josiah is he knows baseball. And so Josiah says the nemesis for the Astros this year is the Yankees. And so those are the games you want to go to. And they're actually coming up earlier in the season because we only play them one series here and then one series there at Yankee Stadium.
Right.
But the series that's here is coming up.
Right.
And I will try and be at one of those games.
Listen, I'm writing that down. I'm like, all right. So
And if I can get into that game, then I will take Brandon.
Aw. Notice I didn't hear Meredith in there. That's fine.
Well,
though.
Meredith, if you want to go, I can get you.
It's
in
fine.
there
You
too.
go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all go ahead. You do your thing. He
Okay.
gets all, it's like when you take him to a skate park. He gets all excited, and you never know what's going to happen.
Well,
I'm
hey,
like, I'll see
you
you.
should be excited. We're going to be. We're doing really good this year.
No, and I love going to the baseball games. I think it is, and like today I hear they're doing the promos they do, like the bobbleheads, and then
Yes.
also I think they're giving out replica rings. Now, of course, these are little plastic ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But even today, like to the first 10,000, and they made a rule like you can't. I don't think they're accepting the line before 8 a.m. this morning or anything like that. It was like that is how awesome and how loved our team is.
Right.
And I love the never settles. So that's really cool. And their approach, they're in it to win it, man. I love
Right.
it.
Right.
Plus, I'm a huge the underdogs that came out on top. That's awesome. All right, so I want you to
So
stay.
you're a fan because they were the underdog.
Well, also I'm a native, so I always want them to win. But I love, them coming
They
out.
were the underdogs for like a period of 5 years. They were awful. I mean,
Understood.
just awful.
Understood. I have always been a fan of the Astros.
Yes,
So-
no, and I'm a native, so it's always been there. But watching them, and I didn't get to see it in the cruise, but afterwards, the whole thing, and plus just hearing about it,
Game
watching
4,
Biggio and
I
all
think.
them,
I don't remember which game it was. When I was at the Chris Stapleton concert.
Oh yeah,
And he was like, man, y'all are in the World Series right now. There's a game going on right now. He kept asking his people. He would sing a song or whatever, and he'd be like, who's got the score? And they would give it to him, and he would give it to us, and, we'd cheer and everything, and he'd be like, I'll do anything for a plus.
Chris saw Chris Stapleton. You
Houston
liked him, right?
Astros.
I like Chris Stapleton. Chris Stapleton is a very talented musician. I mean,
He is.
when I saw him at the rodeo this year, he played like 7 or 8 different instruments throughout his playlist. It was
It was
quite
pretty
impressive.
awesome.
Yes.
Quite impressive.
Well, okay, I got to cut you off because we still have Dreamland, and I owe somebody some Dreamland action, all right? So I got
Yes.
to make good on it. Why don't y'all stay tuned? We've got a little bit more. It's, of course, Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Meredith, and we've got Dreamland coming up, so stay tuned.